a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman. Both of them have committed an abomination.
Because both of them have committed an abomination, man. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man and woman, you're not supposed to lie with man. If you're a black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man and woman, you're not supposed to lie with man. If you're a woman, you're not supposed to lie with another woman. Black man, what happened to the love that we used to have for our sisters? Hispanic man, what happened to the love that we used to have for our sisters, man? Indian man, what happened to the love we used to have? Sisters, what happened to the love we used to have for the black man? That apply to you too. It's a lot of lesbianism going on as well, man. A lot of that is going on. But if we was to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we wouldn't be in this situation. When that happens, when we see things like this, when we see abominable things like this, and we was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man, immediately we'd be at their head. Now, we ain't in the kingdom yet, everybody. I ain't saying go out there, you know what I mean, and put them to death. We can't do that. We still in captivity. But if only they knew that the Bible says this, because we read not the Bible. And it's because he's a wicked Christian. He's never read that before. He has never read in the Bible that it's not all right for your son to be a homosexual man. And that's just one instance of what's going on. I know everybody was talking about what happened with that sister that was working in that strip club, in T.I. strip club at that. I find it, a little comical, even though it's a sad thing for that sister to fall like that. It's even sadder that she has to whore herself out to make a living here in America. If she was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, she would know it's not okay to be a whore. Black woman, Hispanic woman, Native Indian woman, you are a princess of the power. You don't need to be no damn whore. Let the oppressors woman be a whore. Let these other heathen nations women be whores, man. The Lord did not make you to be a whore. If I can get back on topic, the club that she was in was owned by T.I. T.I. owned this night, the strip club I buy. Now, people gave T.I. a little scrutiny because he takes his daughter to the gynecologist frequently to see if her hymen is still intact. So I gotta ask you this, T.I., because he want to be a little political activist too. It's okay for you to whore out your brother's daughter, your brother's wife. It's okay to whore them out, your sisters. But it's not okay for your daughter to be a whore. Your daughter hymen just better be in check. Your daughter can't work in your club. You got high morality standards for your daughter, but what about your brother's daughter? What about your brother's wife? You got to have that high morality for all our women, man. Our women are princesses of the power. Don't need to be no damn whore working in no strip club, man. That just goes to show you how far we have fallen. Hey, Bob, let me get the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 29. Our daughters are princesses of the power. They don't need to be working on no strip club. They don't need to be working in them back rooms. I don't even want to go into what happened in them back rooms. And even on the corners and the prostitution of what they doing. Our daughters were never meant to be that, man. Only we was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm about to prove it to you out the Bible. I'm about to prove it to you out the Bible what T.I. is doing is wrong, man. That he's at fault. That sister is at fault too, man, for working in there. And sisters need to come into the truth. All the sisters, man, come out them strip clubs. Get off those street corners, man. Clean yourself up and become a righteous woman of the Most High, man. What you were supposed to be. You got that from your iPod?
Okay. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Read that again.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not prostitute thy daughter. Don't put your daughters in these strip clubs to work, man. Don't have your daughters on these street corners, man. Don't have your daughters being whores, man. Our women were never meant to be whores. Selling their bodies in these strip clubs, man, dancing naked for money, man. And then I don't know if y'all know this, sisters nowadays, they got this thing where they post, these so-called grand models and Twitter models, what they do now. It used to be shameful when you exposed a woman's shame of being a whore. Now they just ask for $40 for a couple videos. They promoting that. It's stop being a whore in the street corner. Stop being a whore in these strip clubs and these establishments, man. and come back and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And the only way you're going to clean yourself up, black woman, Hispanic woman, and Native Indian woman, is that if you come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, we're going to clean you up. And that goes for you brothers too. We're going to clean you up. You're not supposed to prostitute thy daughter, man. You're not supposed to put your daughter on that stripper pole. You're not supposed to have your daughter on the street corners, man, working. You can't do that. That's an abomination to the Most High. You said it. It says, do not prostitute thy daughter. Read on.
To cause her to be a whore.
To cause her to be a what?
Whore.
A what? Spell it like that. To cause her to be a what?
Whore. W-H-O-R-E.
To cause her to be a whore. When you prostitute your daughter, and I'm speaking to T.I. in particular, expeditiously, as he would say, you taking your daughter to the gynecologist, making sure her hymen intact, ready to chastise her and punish her for potentially being a whore. But we just read out the Bible, because you're another wicked Christian too. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. You cause these sisters to be whores, man, when you employ them in your strip clubs. You cause them to be whores when you put them out there on the corner. You cause them to be whores when you allow them to go on the internet and prostitute themselves for money. Scripture says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, man. Stop with the nonsense, man. You can't, that makes you an entire hypocrite, T.I. Your daughter can't be a whore, but my daughter can. Ibar's daughter can. Your brother's daughter can. Everybody else's daughter can be a whore, but your daughter can't. Nah, man. None of the daughters of Zion, of the Most High, are supposed to be whores. Read that again, Ibar.
Okay. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
To cause her to be a whore. Read on.
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
Lest the land fall to whoredom. Here in America and in the West Indian Islands and Haiti, and even in Mexico, Guatemala, Panama, and Brazil, what is prevalent? What is one thing you'll always find there? You'll find all of Israel, the majority of Israel. You're not in the Israelite school of UPK. You commit sin. You commit abominations. But what's the main thing all of those countries I named, the cities, got in common? They all fell into whoredom. They all promote whoredom. You can forget about the whoredom that go on in South America. Russ Limbaugh was in the news just the other day trying to condemn Trump or stand with him. Who knows? All them devils stick together. Russ Limbaugh go to Brazil every year, and he raped and molests our daughters, man. The women and the children. It says, lest the land fall to whoredom. America's fell to whoredom because our daughters are trained to be whores. They're taught to be whores. South America, it's fell to whoredom. Mexico has fell to whoredom because we allow our daughters to be whores, man. We're not supposed to allow our daughters to be whores because the land will fall to whoredom. When the land fall to whoredom, how is that so? Because you're allowing your daughter to be a whore. You're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And how does that tie in? In one instance, you got T.I. promoting our sisters to be whores. Sister falling from the damn pole, and when she fell from the pole, this is how destroyed she was, man. She still kept on dancing, still kept on performing with a sprained ankle, teeth chipped, and a broken jaw. It shows you how destroyed we are, man. Just shows you how destroyed we are. And then I just brought out about Dwayne Wade's son and how destroyed he is, how destroyed Dwayne Wade is for allowing his son to transition from a young man to a woman. And then so he's okay with his son being a homosexual, man. As a matter of fact, real quick, let me get the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 26.
Okay.
Israel, we are just in a messed up state right now. Promoting prostitution amongst our daughter, allowing our children to be homosexual, man. This was prophesied into the Bible, man, what was going to happen. You got that for me, Ibarra?
Okay.
Read.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
Read that again.
For this cause God gave them up unto vile affection.
It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. What is a vile affection? Go ahead, bud.
Something disgusting that you like.
Whew. You're right. You're right. It's a vile affection. Something disgusting, abominable. Revolting. It's just disgusting. It's just monstrous. Something that's, filth. You know what I mean? Real filthy, unclean. Read on.
For even their women did change natural use into that which is against nature.
Read that again.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Now it says, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. What is this talking about? What is the natural use that the woman has? And what is that she's going against nature? You know why, Bob?
So like you said, is it talking about lesbianism?
Yes, it is. It's talking about lesbianism. For even the women did change the natural use of that which is against nature. Sisters are starting to look at each other. Sisters are starting to say, what they say? I don't need a man like that. I don't need a man in the house. I can do bad all by myself. But let's read a little bit more. Verse 27. Read that.
Verse 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
It says, and likewise, also the men leaving the natural use of the woman. And you got men looking at each other. You got Dwayne Wade looking at other men. You got Dwayne Wade's son looking at other boys, other men, which is an abomination. That's why the Most High said he's going to give us up to vile affections, man. Vile affections could also mean the whoredom too that goes on. What's also vile and affection? You got men, you know what I mean, that go to these strip clubs like Bob. Somebody got to go in there and pay. That go in there to see sisters prostitute themselves with other women and lay with them and just committing all kind of abominable acts of looking at other men. Read on. We're going to read a little bit more. Read that again now.
And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Read on.
Burn in their lust one toward another.
Read that again.
Burn in their lust one toward another.
And burn in their lust one toward another. Well, I even got to break that down. No, that means you got men lusting after other men, which is an abomination to the Most High, man. Wade's son should not be looking at other boys and other men with lust in his eyes, man. He is a child. Where do you think he learned that behavior from? Where do you think he learned it? That's what they promote out here, like, wow. They promote homosexuality. They promote whoredom. And they mainly put it on our people. They tell our men it's okay to be a homosexual. They tell our women it's okay to be a lesbian. They tell the men it's okay to go to these strip clubs. They tell the women it's okay to work in these strip clubs, man. When all of it is an abomination to the Most High, man. We are the princes and princesses of the power. What happened to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man? What happened to keeping faith? You know what I mean? Our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach, the greatest black man that ever walked this earth. What happened to that? We can't do that. We too busy in these strip clubs. We too busy making it rain. Sisters too busy shaking their behind. Too busy being a whore. And then for the parents, I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't care who gets offended. If you are a parent, a Black, Hispanic, or Native American parent, and you are okay with your son or your daughter or your brother or your fellow black man or woman or Hispanic man or woman or Native Indian man or woman being a homosexual or transitioning to a man from a woman or a woman from a man, guess what? You have failed as a parent. You have failed as a father, mother, brother. You have failed. And I put this all at the door of the Christian church, man. Because all of that comes back to that umbrella. Because they don't teach you that the law, statutes, and commandments is still in effect.
Right.
They don't teach that. They didn't read this in Romans, I thought. They didn't read that. Because if they had read that, they would know, hey, what they like to say, oh, that's the Levitical law. You know, homosexuality, it's okay to be a homosexual now. But it says that likewise, the men leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lust one toward another. Read from there.
Come. Men with men, working that which is unseemly.
Working that which is unseemly, having homosexual sex. That's what they promote. They read this in the Bible, they would see that it's still an abomination. That you cannot be a homosexual, man. You cannot be a whore. We are the greatest people. We are a separate people. And we're going to get that. It says, working that which is unseemly. Read on.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
And receiving in themselves that was recompense of their error of that which was meet. Listen. It's an error to commit homosexuality, man, to lie with man, to woman to lie with woman, to dive into these violent affections, man, to dive into whoredom. You're not supposed to be a whore, black woman. Black man, you're not supposed to promote your daughter, your sister to become a whore. You're not supposed to look at other men with lust in your eye. If you're a man or a woman looking at another woman with lust in the eye. Wow. Let the oppressor be a homosexual.
Right.
Let the oppressor transition from man to woman. He can do whatever he wants. He in his kingdom. Let the oppressor make whores out of his door. We're not supposed to do that, man. We're not supposed to do that at all. And it's, why can't we do it? We're about to read that right now. Let me get the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 70, verse 6.
Oh, God. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Read that again.
For thou art an holy people.
It says, for thou art an holy people. But thou art an holy people. What does it mean to be holy? I'll tell you. What it means to be holy means to be separate. To be separate. The Most High made us to be separate. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto who?
The Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. For thou art an holy people, a separate people, unto the Most High thy power. Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto who?
Himself.
Unto himself. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. What does it mean to be a special people? It means that we are better than nations, man. Let these other nations do what they do. Let them make whores out of their daughters. Let they men sleep with they men. We're not supposed to be doing that, man. We're not supposed to be doing that at all. This is for thou art holy people. We are separate unto the Most High God, man. We are a special people, man. What does it mean to be special? You got a special pair of shoes that you wear, man. You got a special food that you like to eat. Hey, listen, some of y'all even got special kids. Remember, you prefer a child over another. We are that child of the Most High. The Most High preferred us. We are that special people. Read from there.
Oh, God. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above what?
All people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, and woman. We were keeping our laws, statutes, and commandments. We were above all these other nations, man. We were above all of these other nations. Why? Why were we above them? Because we kept the law. We understood that it's not okay to be a homosexual. It's not okay for your daughter to be a whore. It's not okay for you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, to be a whore monger, man. Our sisters are daughters of Zion, man. We're not supposed to allow them to be whores. We're not supposed to allow our children to become whores and to become homosexual, man. We got to set that example. How do we set that example? Coming to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man.
Right.
We got to stop with these affections that we read in Rome, man. They're in the book of Romans, man. We got to stop that whoredom. We got to stop the homosexuality. And for you brothers and sisters out there too, because I'm starting to see a little bit more of this, more than usual, and it's been bothering me. You got to stop envying what the oppressor has, man.
Right.
You got to stop wanting to be like him. We are a holy people, man. Read that again from the top, Deuteronomy 7:6.
Okay. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
It says to be a special people unto himself. Also, does it mean to be a special people unto the Most High? It means don't marry their daughters too. I've been seeing a lot of interracial couples, man. I've been seeing a lot of black men with the oppressor's daughter, a lot of black sisters with the oppressor himself, and with these other heathen nations. We're not supposed to do that neither, man. You can't be a homosexual. You can't be a whoremonger. And guess what? You cannot marry outside of these 12 tribes. We have 12 different flavors. Why you brother? What you brothers see in the oppressor's daughter is beyond me. What you see in the filthy Arabs and them stinking Africans that they try to say that we not African.
Right.
We are the Israelites the Bible speaks of, man. We come from the stock of Jacob.
Right.
And we got 12 different flavors, and they try to say we're stinking African. You can smell the difference between a beautiful Israelite sister from the 12 tribes and a stinking African, man. And you can forget about the Chinese man. Brother, if you were the Chinese woman, man, you need to get yourself tested for everything. You can forget about the STD or any other sexual disease. You might have a coronavirus. Why you would want to be with them, it's beyond me. You can't be with that filthy East Indian woman, man, or none of these other heathen nations, man. Read Deuteronomy chapter 7 to verse 3, man. We're about to show you in the Bible that it's wrong, man, that you're not supposed to be with nobody outside of these 12 tribes. We got 12 different flavors. You're not supposed to marry outside of your race, man. Read that for me.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou what?
Make marriages with them.
It says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. You're not supposed to marry the oppressor black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, and woman. You're not supposed to marry outside these 12 tribes. All women are the most beautiful women on the Most High's earth. We are not supposed to be with them. Read that again from the top right there.
Okay. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you. How come? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
It says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Like I said before, man, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, we're not supposed to make marriages with these heathen nations, man. Like I said, we got 12 different flavors, man, to choose from. Why you want to be with these heathens is beyond me, man. And the Most High is not with you if you do that. Read on.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Thy daughter, your daughter, thou shalt not give unto his son. Don't give your daughter unto the oppressor's son. Likewise, don't give your son to the oppressor's daughter. Man. Abomination to the Most High. Not supposed to do that at all. Leave them alone. Let them marry each other. We have the best women on the planet. We have the princesses of the power, man.
Right.
Why you want to be with these heathens is just beyond me. Read on like Boz a little bit more.
Okay. Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And don't take his daughter and give to your son. You're not supposed to do that neither. I seen a lot of y'all brothers, man. Y'all love to go out here and get the black women been struggling, black, Hispanic, and Native American women been struggling with you for so long. As soon as you make it a little bit, as soon as one of them filthy heathens smile at you, you ready to kick her to the curb and get with that nasty, filthy heathen, man. Don't take their daughter and give to your son, man. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Read that again.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
For they will turn away thy son from following me. Guess who that happened to in the Bible? That happened to, you want to take a shot at that?
Come on.
Go ahead.
King Solomon.
Give him a hand. That is exactly what happened to King Solomon. King Solomon had all of them. King Solomon had all of them, man. King Solomon was the wisest king of them all. But how did Solomon fall? Because Solomon wanted to marry Pharaoh's daughter, wanted to marry the Moabites, wanted to marry the Amorites. Solomon married everybody. But you're not supposed, he should be the best example to show what can happen if you marry these heathen nations. He lost everything. And how did he lose it? How? We're going to read that right now. Read after that.
Okay. That they may serve other gods.
They may what?
Serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods. The Moabite wives and the Amorite wives and the Egyptian wives, my Arabian wives that Solomon had him, the wisest king of all, wisest king, had him turn away from the Most High. The Most High prophesied this in the time of Moses, Deuteronomy 7 and verse 4. The Most High knew what these other heathen women would do if you give their daughter to your son, man. You're not supposed to be with these heathen nations, man. And who do I blame for that? Who do we charge for that? The Christian church, man. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Barzal Rakat.
Give your diet a strong hand, bringing out the law, showing them that we shouldn't mix, right? We shouldn't mix. We shouldn't be mangling. The water for holding the class down, Priest. I'm Officer Most High Christ. I'm Officer Barzal Rakat, Officer 50 of the here in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, where we teach the practical knowledge according to the Bible. That's for the Latino, that's for the Negro man, that's for the Native American man. You understand? This is this was yesterday, but this is the Wednesday night biblical law class. I'm getting, I always do that in the beginning of the class. I get mixed up. I'm in the class every day out the week. You understand? But again, shout out to Officer Yediah for holding it down. Going into the law of Israel, not supposed to be mixing at all, man. We know we ain't supposed to be mixing with no other nations. The water, Lord. We ain't supposed to be mixing with these other nations. We ain't supposed to be dealing with these other nations. You know what I mean? Having children with these other nations is defiling your seed. You understand? Black men, like you see right here, we take the drink straight. I don't even miss my liquor, man. You know what I mean? We take things, how we supposed to deal with things is how we deal with them as blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. We're not even supposed to mix, our clothing, certain linens is not even supposed to mix. The Lord said we were separate people for a reason, man. The Lord said we were supposed to be separate because, like, you don't wash your whites and your colors together, do you? No, you separate your colors from your whites, man. The Lord said we were separate, so we shouldn't mix with nothing else, man. Dealing with another woman, dealing with another man outside the nation, that is a sin, according to the Lord. None of that at all. I know here in 2020, right? 2020, they wanna say mixed children is the new race. That's what Israelite school UPK. There is no such thing as mixed.
Right.
Oh, that old mixed stuff is whatever. You know, I know your bartender like to ask you like to get a mix of certain liquors. But we talking about a bloodline, man. Let me get the book of Tobit. Where we at? 4 and 12. The book of Tobit is 4 and 12, man. Where we further discuss talking about why shouldn't we deal with these other women. You understand? And knowing, like, as an Israelite, you are raised to deal with your own kind. White people deal with their own kind. Chinese people deal with their own kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may have, like, okay, young Jesus, he has a Moabite woman, right? But you find out, right, those people, those Moabites, or those heathens that cleave on to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's because they hate their own people. You understand? They don't care about their own people because their people is against our people. You understand? Marrying a Chinese woman, you know, and going to her house, her father is going to be like, Su Young, this man is not allowed to be in my house. You understand? Because he don't follow culture. He's black. He's black. They thieves, they robbers and stuff. They black. You get a white woman, black brothers, you get a white woman, you know you're going to go to her father's house and he's going to call you a nigger at the dinner table. You understand? Why you think this whole festivity of you getting the mix and mingle, you know, you're trying to be what, the cure to America by mixing? That ain't gonna cure nothing here in America, man. Read what you got, like, Bob.
Okay. Listen, the book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of all whoredom, man. Beware of the whoredom that's within your people, and beware of the whoredoms that's the other nations. You understand? These other nations, they are whores to the Native Americans and Latinos and black men, man. Everybody want the black man. Everybody want the black man. All right? Every one nation wants the black brother. They know why they want the black man. Because ain't nobody got strength like us. Don't nobody walk like us. Don't nobody talk like us. You understand? Don't nobody lead like us. Don't nobody deliver a message to the people like us. So these people need to pay attention. Beware of all whoredom, man. Just because that white dog is, you know, she does everything for you, right? You know, you can smack her and, you know, and tell her to make you a sandwich after. You know what I'm saying? And she's giving you all the pleasures because she's filthy. She wants you. She desires you. She's a whore, man. White woman is dealing with another person too. White women are just born, you know, with a whore card. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. All these other nations that love blacks, that love Israelites, it's the reason why. It's because they're whores, man. Straight up. And they know the richness of a black man here in America. But today, we deal outside the races, right? Let's figure out what's going on. Read on, Ibot.
Okay. My son,
right? This is me, like, to make it seem like you're talking to your son right here, right? My son, go ahead.
And chiefly.
And what? Chiefly, man. You understand? Look, we was chiefs, man. We was men of power. We was men of authority, man. He said chiefly. It's like, okay, read on. Let's say what we're about to say. Go ahead.
Take a wife.
Chiefly, take a wife. Meaning what? Take it like a grown man. You understand? Chiefly. You handle your business if you see someone you're interested in. You don't go and be no sucker. You don't do no corny stuff. You know, you like a girl, do it, because you Israel, do it with some salt, man. You know what I mean? Don't be sitting here making it all awkward between you and the woman when you want to go talk to her. You just staring at her in her face, and then she's like, what's wrong with you? You can't even open your damn mouth to say anything because you're so damn worried about her, you know, her reaction. Man, be a chief about it. If you know that you're interested in something, as a man, deal with it with some salt, man. You know what I mean? Have some moves with it. You know what I mean? You Israel. You gotta approach it chiefly, man. take a wife chiefly. Say chiefly take a wife. Right? Go ahead.
Of the seed of thy father.
Of the what?
Seed of thy
It
father.
said, handle your business and pick a sister. Handle your business when you address a sister. Chiefly take one of yours, man. The seed of thy father. So if your father is a black man and you taking on a white woman, that is out of the Israelite custom, man. That is wrong. When you have an interest in a desire for a whole other nation, when we got, Yediah said we got 12 different flavors. It's one nation and 12 different flavors. If you cannot choose out of 12, you ain't got no game.
Right.
If out of these 12 sisters that we have in our nation, right, and as much as game as you think you got, and you can't get it, and you want to go settle because you tired of trying to be a chief, you tired of trying to deal with it as a man, you don't have enough salt, you understand? You don't have the game, so you want to go deal with a white one. You want to go deal with somebody you can just you can smack and tell, do whatever you want to do. Because the white woman just wants to be smacked. White women want to be choked and listen, white women want to be disrespected. They want to be disrespected. And they love that. You understand? Chinese people want to be disrespected. You understand? Africans, they disrespectful, so you gotta be disrespectful. Chiefly take a sister, man. And it gotta come from your father. If you're a black man, take a black woman. If you're a black man, guess what? You can take a Jamaican woman. If you're a black man, you can take a Haitian. If you're black, you can take a Mexican. You can take a Guatemalan. You can take a Puerto Rican. You can take a Cuban. Just have some salt, man. That's all you really need. It's some salt. And the only salt you will get is from the I.S.U.P.K, man.
That's right.
When you learn these scriptures, man, it's going to teach you how to deal chiefly with somebody. Read on that, Bob.
Come. And take not a strange woman to wife.
And take not a strange woman to wife, man. Now, when we say strange, what is strange in the context what we read in the Bible? Strange means two things. It can either mean a heathen or a person who was cast out. You understand? Overall, still a heathen. You don't take somebody strange, right? Here in the UPK, are you going to go, okay, are you going to go with a Christian, right? You at least wanted to get out the damn church before you actually deal with it.
Right.
But you're not going to say, okay, as a man in the UPK, you going to this class and she going to the Christian church every Sunday.
Good.
That is a strange woman, brother. You understand? That's what you call strange. But here in this context, it's talking about strange as the other nations. Why are they strange, man? Because they eat bat soup. You understand? Why are they strange? Because they don't put on deodorant. Why are they strange? Because, the things that the Israelites don't do, these other nations consider it to be a culture. You understand? That is strange. That is strange. We're peculiar people. They're strange. You see the difference? You see separate and strange. Pick somebody of your own likeness, man. Of your own flesh, of your own blood. Pick somebody that come for your father's seed line, man. Why would you, black people don't use mixed pit bulls, man? Black people want full-bred dogs. And you want to sit here and deal and put your rod in, or sister deal, give your womb unto somebody that is outside of your bloodline. Give me a break. Read on, Bob.
Come. Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Go ahead.
For we are the children of the prophet.
We are the children of the prophets, man. That's why you shouldn't go deal with somebody else within another nation, man. Because we have a royal bloodline. You tampering with a bloodline. You understand? The same bloodline that Christ had, man. The same bloodline that dripped down that cross, man. It's the same blood was going through you. That royal bloodline, why would you give to another nation? Why would you give to another people? Sister, why would you give your opportunity, you understand, to help produce and bring forth more children or bring forth a prophet? Why would you give that chance to a damn dog, man? Why would you give that chance to a Chinese man? I seen this sister, man, in Salaki, this one sister, she was dealing with Moab. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, you had to pick a Chinese man to deal with? What, and I ain't go. If you got to go to a Chinese man to believe that this is going to be the guy that's going to fix you, that's going to guide you, that's going to protect you, that's your choice, right? That's her choice. But I seen the hurt in this sister's eyes, man. I see her being misguided, man. I see her getting further away from her culture and actually just leading to her destruction, And she has had a problem. You understand, with a brother that I know, and the way she had talked to him was like a dog. The way she talked to us, well, not us. When I say us, I'm talking about him. But the way she had talked to him is how she feel about us in the whole as black men. And that's what can happen when you deal with another woman, or you can deal with another man that's outside your nation. It's gonna take you away from your people. It'll take you. A woman will take you away from the Lord if you give her that power. That's why the Lord said, for a woman not to assert the authority over a man. And that's why also the Lord said, don't give your strength unto a woman. You understand? It's certain things that we know as Israelites we're not to do, man. For a sister to go ahead and deal with a brother outside the nation, she's a traitor. For a brother to go deal with another animal outside of the nation, he's a traitor, man.
Right.
Martin Luther King was a traitor, man.
Right.
You understand? This is what happens. It's the protocol of what happens when you go outside the lines of what the Bible says. Because the Lord said, pick somebody of your father's line. And why? Because they birth prophets. We all come from a prophetic bloodline, man. Why tamper with that? Read on, Naibai.
Oh, come. Noah.
Go ahead.
Abraham.
Isaac. Go ahead.
And
Jacob, man. That's why you shouldn't go mixing with nothing. Because why? The Lord gave a covenant to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. The Lord gave them the promises. So when you trying to give your promises and your inheritance to another culture who enslaved you, 2020, man, like, I don't understand, man. Listen, even if you're not in the school, and if you're logged in and watching us on Facebook or YouTube, even if you're not in the school, don't deal with somebody that's outside of your culture, your nature, man. Be strong, man. I know they like to make it seem like, black men, and black men are all dogs, or they'll say, black women are all black women are whores, all Latino women or Native American women, they are whores, you know what I'm saying? Again, they'll say all black men is dogs, but all dogs go to heaven. See that movie? But I'm just joking around, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is you shouldn't have to deal with that. Have some strength and deal with your people. Because you'll realize that we stay together as blacks, like I said, whether you're in and outside of school, the Lord loves that. The Lord loves that. The Lord likes us to be separate. The Lord likes us to deal with our own people. You're going to have to fight. When you're together in a relationship, the Israelites, they go back and forth, man. We go through it. But we get through it. We go through it to get through it. You know what I'm saying? We're not dealing with it like, okay, you get on my nerves. Brother need to stop throwing away their wives. Brother, stop throwing away your wife because she ain't listening to you. Maybe if you had your act together, she would listen to you. Maybe if you was giving her a sense of direction, she would listen to you. You know what I'm saying? And maybe sometimes this, though. Maybe she wants you to tell her what to do. Maybe she wants you to tell her what to do, man. But for a sister to try to go ahead and, as far as a sister, you shouldn't be trying to teach no man. You know what I'm saying? Know the role of a woman, know the role of a man. A man's supposed to lead, a woman's supposed to follow. And that's the order of the Most High. That's what we can read in First Corinthians 11. We can read the order of the Most High and tell us what to do. So the Lord gave us a blueprint right here and said, don't marry outside the nation. Because we come from prophets. Read on, Naibai.
Don't come. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
Since the beginning. How we know this was in the beginning? What's the precept? What is the precept of knowing that we did this from the beginning? Since the beginning, we married wives of our own kindred. Go ahead, I
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 23.
Get him right. Go ahead. Let's get it.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
Adam said, this is bone of my bone, flesh of the flesh. This is the beginning right here. How we know this is the beginning? Because Adam was the first one with the truth.
Right.
Adam had gotten the truth from the Most High. The Lord of Israel gave the truth to Adam. This is where it started. This is where the I.S.U.P.K. started.
Right.
Was where Adam got the truth from the Most High. And he said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Meaning we the same people. Read on, Ibad.
She shall be called one man.
She shall be called woman. Go ahead.
Because she was taken out of man.
Because she was taken out of man. Not meaning she was taken out on some extraterrestrial scientific. She was taken out of man, meaning she came from the same bloodline. The same reason that Eve father was a black man. Adam father was a black man. It was brothers and sisters, not literal. You freaked out people that believe in incest and all that stuff. I'm talking about they came from the same bloodline, a house. You understand? Same people. In Israel, we call each other brothers and sisters, man. That's how we deal with each other. Other nations don't understand it. They don't understand it. They don't have family. They don't have family. White people deal with in-house like family. They deal with in-house family, incest. They do that still today, man. Hell, the white man have sex with an animal, man. Goats. So with those damn Africans too, man. These other nations have no morals at all. They do what they want to do, man. We can't do that because the Lord said here in Genesis 2 and 23 that she came from flesh of my flesh, blood, bone of my bone. Read on, Ibad.
Verse 24.
All right, we can drop that. Take it back on a Tobit and pick up where you left off. Go ahead. Take your time. Don't sweat.
Even that they are married wives of their own kindred.
Married wives of their own kindred. Married wives of your own kindred. What is kindred? Family. Family, man. Married wives of your own. Is the Lord saying marry somebody that your father, marry your sister? Is the Lord saying literally marry your own sister? No. The Lord said marry someone of your kindred, man. Meaning your bloodline, your nationality. Your tribe. You ain't gotta marry within your tribe. You don't have to. But you gotta have enough salt to not do, you can't give up, man. You gotta have enough salt to go ahead and realize, okay, well, this might not work for that. Maybe I'm gonna go try, I'm gonna see what's up with Benjamin. I hear they cook, good oxtail. You know what I'm saying? You go to S-Car, you know what I'm saying? We get the carne inside all day over here. That's what we do, man. We figure out where we fit in, and we get in where we fit in as Israel. That's what we do. And understand this, we do that because the Lord told us to do that. We deal with each other because the Lord told us to. Read on, Ibad.
And were blessed in their children.
And blessed with our children, man. Listen, how many blacks, we had children like crazy, man. We had children like crazy. Those baby kids. We don't die, we multiply.
Right.
When I heard that when I was young, I didn't understand what he was talking about. I'm a grown man now, and I got kids. I understand what he talking about now. We don't die, man. We multiply. The Lord said we was going to multiply like the stars and like the sand of the sea, man. The Lord said be fruitful and multiply. So when we deal with each other, it's for a reason. It's because we connect spiritually. When you go ahead and deal with outside the nation, it's something that don't connect. It's kind of like basically your spirit is fighting another spirit. You know, you making babies with some, maybe, you know, listen, if you're an Israelite, if your dad is an Israelite, okay, see now, being those Israelites, right, we make everything possible, okay? When I'm saying as far as like having children, you know what I'm saying? This is why women outside the nation want to deal with Israelite men, because they know, you know, we fruitful. Women everybody can't have children, man. You know, and I know that's a common disbelief of everybody thinking that they'll have children as soon as everybody's not qualified to have children. The Lord is what's in the mix. What makes a marriage is sex. You understand? The ceremony is something that you do to honor your marriage. Okay? But the marriage is the covenant that was made before God. Because ain't nobody else in the room when you're getting down with your lady or sister, when you doing what you need to do with your man. Ain't nobody else in that room except the Lord. That's the only person that sees what's going on. You understand? So that before the Lord's eye, which makes the covenant between you two. You know, that agreement, that coming together. You know, but the Lord said, don't do that, man. Don't do that with these other nations. Why give that pleasure to a dog when you got a whole sister that's looking to have children? All she want to do is have children. And you're the man that's fruitful. But you gonna get your fruit to what? I don't know what the manure. Ain't nothing growing out of manure, man. Don't nothing grow out of mulch. You understand? Nothing grows from mulch. You have to dig in the dirt. You have to dig underground. Black man, we top fire, man. We dig in the ground. So you're gonna get something, but don't fight with it. You might as well just go with something that's just gonna connect instantly, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to realize. As blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we connect instantly. The Lord said, don't deal with nobody outside the nation. Drop that. Let me get Nehemiah, right? Nehemiah, we're going to start from 13 and 25. Again, I'm preaching officer Barzal Rakah. You know, this is the Wednesday night biblical law class, man. And the law is vital. The laws is necessary. It's knowing from right and what's wrong. What's wrong is for us to be dealing with people outside these other nations. Prohibit yourself from getting in trouble. You don't want to be like people that got in trouble. Emmett Till was claiming to deal with a white woman, and the white woman lied. Emmett Till lost his life from a white woman who lied. You understand? This is why we shouldn't deal with people outside our nation. You know what they do with Emmett Till Cemetery to today? They shoot it up. Check it out. Don't believe me, go look at it. They shoot it up still because that just show you their hatred. That show you how they feel about us dealing with them, even though we don't deal with them. But what they'll do to just try to get us to attach to them is what they don't like. Right. The Lord don't like it. You understand? You got it, Iba? Come. Let's get it.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 25. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons.
Don't give your daughters unto the sons, man. This is Nehemiah. You understand? Don't give your daughters into the sons. Brothers, like I said, it ain't about just you. It ain't about just you. You know what I mean? Don't give your daughter to the son. Tell your daughter to never bring a white man in your house. She better not ever think about bringing a white man to your doorstep. She should not ever think about bringing a Chinese man to your doorstep, East Indian man to your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? We teach our children we teach our children this, man. The Lord said, teach a child young, so when they get old, they know. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. You know, teach your children while they're young. Ain't nothing wrong with telling your children tell your children Deuteronomy 7:6. Explain to them Deuteronomy 7:6, man. That you're above all people and you're supposed to be separate. When you separate, then you don't have to deal with other people. You know, you got to deal with other people's life. You got to deal with other people to, of course, you know, you got to have a job. You got certain things you got to do. I ain't saying you know, go lock yourself in the box. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that because I'm saying that. You know, don't say, oh yeah, Officer Barzal told me to separate myself. So, you know, that's why I've been around. I ain't been around, you know, I'm pretty hungry, thirsty. You know, don't do that because I say what I mean is separate yourself, deal with your people, man. It's cool to deal with your people. Love your people, you know, love your people. When you love your people, you keep these laws. That's how you're gonna show you love your people. When you're able to keep these laws and show your brothers and sisters how to deal with it, man, then you love your people. You know what I mean? Don't lie to your people. That's how you love them. You know what I'm saying? You tell them the truth. That's how you love your people. You know what I mean? Tell them the truth is what? Listen, brother, why are you gonna deal with that? Just ask. You ain't got a chance. Don't listen. You gotta be kind of, you know what I mean? You gotta be patient with Israel. So if you see a brother dealing with somebody outside the nation, just be like, damn. Talk about it. Just talk about it. Like, yeah, I love my woman. That's how you gotta do it. You can't talk to them about that. You just like, listen, I love my woman. You know what I'm saying? I love me some black women. That's how you gotta do it.
Right.
Because they gonna look at you like, damn, I know he talking about me, but I just think he talking about himself. Maybe why don't I talk like that? Matter of fact, what am I doing with this girl right here?
Right.
What is this? What am I doing with this woman over here?
Right.
Hey, he loves his sisters. He make me feel like crap.
Right.
That's how you do it, man. Well, the sister, man, I don't know, man. The sister, do the same thing. Tell that sister, you ain't gotta tell her, but you say, I love me some black, man. If you know a sister dealing with a heathen or a stranger, you go ahead and uplift the black man while you're around this woman. Because the only reason why she with that person or this stranger heathen is because she don't love black men.
Right.
That's the only remedy to fix, you know, this whole discrepancy with being mixed and trying to, you know, you think that's going to solve, you mixing with people, you think that's going to solve slavery, you think that's going to cover up slavery. Mixing, that's going to make up for 400 years, over 500 years of oppression. You mixing a baby, they say mixed babies are the future. Good night. Ain't no future in that. Ain't no future in that. Listen, if your father is a white man, you're a white baby. You're a white man or woman. If your father's sisters, understand this. If you deal with a man that ain't black, Latino, or Native American, that baby is not you. That baby ain't you. You, right. Woman, you don't hold the damn seed. You're not making the child black. The child is going to pick up the characteristics. The child may pick up the, you know, the physical looks and stuff like that. But blood, that's not it. You're defiling the temple of the Most High. You're defiling your temple. The Lord said you're supposed to deal with prophets. You deal with prophets. Deal with a prophet. Get yourself a black man. 2020, man, this is the move. If it ain't black, it's whack. Right. Straight up. Read on, Nightbot.
Oh God. Lord, take their daughters unto your sons.
Lord, take their daughters unto your sons. Listen, Israel is saying it clear. It's saying it clear here in Nehemiah. Don't give your daughters to their sons. Boy, don't you take their daughters. This is what we explain to our children. We explain this to our children. You know what I mean? Tell them this now. Tell them it now. You stick with your kind. Teach them who their kind is. Teach them who they is. Right? Give them a breakdown. You know, you qualified to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Give them a breakdown. This is who you are. This is who you is. We separate people. We not supposed to do what these people do. God said we not supposed to do what they do. Because you are royal. You for a woman, you are a daughter of Zion, princess. For men, you are a warrior, a royal warrior. We kings. You understand? We come from royal bloodline. We establish this in our children, man. We establish this in people. When I say children too, understand this. People in the world, right? They don't know what we know here in the UPK. So when I say children, we know this is milk. Deuteronomy 76, Deuteronomy 28:68. This is milk.
Right.
You don't give a baby steak. You ain't gonna give a baby a full course meal. You know what I mean? You gonna get a baby some milk, and you may put a little oatmeal in it. That's the most they gonna get. You understand? Pat them back. I don't understand how babies last so long off of milk. You know, I don't understand. You know, I'm looking at it like I need some water or something at least. But you know, babies need milk, right? Children need milk. These people out here need milk because to the Lord, like I said, when we were talking about yesterday, just because you're older don't make you wiser. You know what I'm saying? You wise beyond years compared to the people out there. Commander General Yahanna, you know, raised us up from the dead. We was babies, man. We still are babies in this truth.
Right.
You understand? We toddlers, if you want to say. I'm a young officer at 50. We young officers at 50, man. You know what I mean? We just getting around, man. But the thing is, what we got, they ain't supposed to get. You understand? Becoming a trooper is showing you growing up. Because wow, when you come in here, what do they consider you? Young man. You're a young man when you come in here. It ain't no disrespect, you're a young man. You know what I'm saying? It's better what they was calling you out in the world. You know what I'm saying? They calling you, yo, you know, nigga. What's good, nigga? You know what I'm saying? People wouldn't dress you with no type of nothing. I don't ever hear nobody calling us young men here, black men here in America. They don't call us young men. They call us thugs. They call us gangsters. They call us criminals. That's what they address us as. When we come here in the UPK, you just coming out of the world, man, we address you and let you know you're a young man, meaning that you brand new person. You know, but you're gonna get the milk. The milk is these scriptures, you know, certain scriptures. And this scripture right here is just really telling you know, not to deal with somebody else. Keep your own people. Your own people is the ones who need the help. They don't need no, it's like they don't need no help. Those other nations don't need no damn help. They are rich and they are thriving here in America. Read all night, Bob.
How come? Or for yourselves.
Or for yourselves, man. Tell your children, and you should not be doing it. You should be leading your children by example anyway. You know, it ain't really too much to like say to them if they see you dealing with your own people. You understand? The only reason why if you're dealing with if you have a black wife, right? And most times, Christ, if you have a black woman, right? As a man or a sister, you have a black man. The only reason why your child may go step off into dealing with a whole nother nation, a whole nother stranger, is that's because you ain't telling them to stick to their own. Even though in a black household, right, you can have a black mother and a black father, but their children will go ahead and marry outside the culture. That's because they're not teaching them what we read in Tobit. We not teaching them Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We're not teaching them Nehemiah. You understand? They don't understand we're not even paying attention to what's been going on here in America. You understand? There's no reason for us to be dealing with them. When they want to deal with us, it's only because they want something from us. You should never trust somebody that put your people into captivity.
Right.
You know, never trust the fruit of someone that put you into captivity and murdered your people. You understand? That's just, listen, man, I don't understand. In the world, you don't, this is what people do. They don't associate themselves with people that lie, right? Why associate yourself with a nation that lie? Why deal with a woman or a man from, man, he be tough. He be pointing finger, he be singing. You know, all that, whatever they want to say about, you know, when it comes to snitching, man. You know what I'm saying? You won't put yourself around somebody that ain't getting money, right? This is how people is in the neighborhood. Oh man, you was a broke boy. You don't want to affiliate with him because you was a broke boy. The reason why he's broke because he came over here to America to be a slave. While you thinking you close to be the white man, you worrying about chasing the white man's face on the dollars, and did you forget about your brother struggling? You understand? It's so many different ways where we can be loving our oppressor. There's so many different ways that we can be spiritually loving our oppressor. You understand? When the Lord said too, envy not thou oppressor. Envy not thou oppressor, because why? You envying your oppressor is basically you wanting what he has.
Right.
You want what your oppressor has just because you hate what you got. But in reality, you don't even know what you got. What you got is an inheritance. What you got is something from the Lord. That's worth more than anything, any Ferrari. That's worth more than any Maybach. That's worth more than any plane jet. You understand? Mansion on the hill. That's worth more than that. Christ told brothers to sell everything that you have and come walk with me, man. And you know what brothers did? They said, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that, man. You understand? I need these riches. That's the only way we're gonna make it here in America. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I'm gonna make it, man. I gotta get my money, man. I gotta get money, man. You understand? Money over family. Yeah, you hear people saying MOB, saying money over women, but you know, really is money over everything with people. You know what I'm saying? That's because you're trying to be like the oppressor. Now, the money is here as a defense for Israel. We use it, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, we got to use certain things, but we don't, that ain't our God. So we don't rely on it. We ain't going to ever rely on it. We don't envy the oppressor. We don't want his children. You understand? If anything, all we expecting to do is waiting to be able to dash the stone, dash the head against the stone. That's the only thing we want with your children. They don't want nothing to do with it. You understand? You know, I know a few priests in the school, man, that can't wait to get heathen slaves. So I feel bad for you. Yeah, I feel bad for you for a lot of these heathens, for the men over me and how they won't treat you, man. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna have to do the same thing. You know, the men above me, listen, you know, above us all, yeah, these heathens gonna get treated crazy, something real crazy. You understand? You know, and what's worse is we getting trained up to do the same damn thing. That's what's worse. Because we getting trained up by great men above us that tell us to stay away from these other nations and why we should stay away from these other nations and what the other nations did to us. And the same thing that y'all did to us, we're going to do to you 10 times more.
Right.
10 times more, man. Hanging us on trees, we're going to do that to y'all 10 times more. Castrating our women, we're going to do that to y'all 10 times more. You understand? Cutting the thumbs off of our little boys, we're going to do that 10 times more. Feeding y'all alligators, we're doing that 10 times more. We doing that 10 times more. You die. We doing everything 10 times more what they did to us because the Lord is upset with that. And the Lord told us to be separate for a reason.
Right.
Everything that's going to happen to the heathens is because what they did to the Lord's chosen people, man.
That's right.
The Lord don't want to get you. The Lord don't want to knock you off. If you Israel, the Lord don't have no pleasure in killing Israel. You understand? That's why I told you stay separate. Because what's about to come this smoke is for them. It ain't for you, black man. It's for you so you can rise, so you can be liberated, so you can be the prophet, so you can be the princess, so you can be what the Lord called us to be, the rulers of the world. But if you want to get in the way so bad, you want to deal with a heathen woman so bad, you want to see what soy sauce is like so bad. You want to see what it is like over there in Kenya. You understand? You want to slap your feet on the floor and throw chalk on your face and all that weirdo stuff. You understand? People want to get, deal with white women. You want to deal with Australian women. Ain't no better woman than a foreign woman. Who's the most foreign woman here in America is Israel, man. The Israelite sister is the most foreign woman. These other women, they're strange. You understand? Read on, Bob.
Come. Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
Did not Solomon, we just said it. Diane just brought it out. Did not Solomon go through this? Solomon was the what? We said yesterday. One of the exceeding wise men. He was wise exceedingly. You understand? But a woman would straight up take you away from what your job is doing.
Right.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Good night.
A woman would take your job away. A woman would take your manhood away, man. You see what's happening here in America? You understand? Because women are. What's the most powerful thing outside the Bible? The Matrix. You understand? You understand what I'm talking about? That Matrix. What's the Matrix? What's the Matrix, Bob? Go ahead.
The vagina.
Damn right. Well, we ain't gonna say vagina. That's why we're gonna call it Matrix. You know what I'm saying? That Matrix is the most dangerous thing outside of these laws, man. Don't get caught up in no damn Matrix, man. You understand? We priests and prophets of the Lord.
Right.
We are the ones that's supposed to be setting the rules here. And understand this, for a sister to be behind a priest and prophet is an honorable thing. It is the most righteous thing you can do here in this world. You understand? You dealing with a righteous man. You dealing with a righteous man. You know, when the Lord is dealing with them, sis, you right where you need to be. You right where you need to be. But if we gonna let the power of women control men, because what happened to Solomon, exceedingly wise, you can know everything. But listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, what happened with Solomon? Same thing what happened with Adam. Adam with Solomon. Go ahead, guys.
Precept, sir.
Let's get it.
This is 1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
What? Hold on, read that again.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Run out of your wits. What is your wits? What is your wits? Your wisdom. Witty. You know, being clever. You understand? You ran out of that because of a woman. Read on.
And become servants for their sake.
And became a servant for your woman. You up under her skirt so damn much, you don't even know how to stand up when you go to piss anymore. For what? Because you want to tell a woman she's God. You want you God. She's black woman is God. Read on it, Dad.
Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
Man, that is so true, man. That is so true. That is so true, man. How many brothers have sinned for women? How many brothers have sinned just to be liked by a woman? And the reason why you're doing that is so for what? Because again, you know, and that scripture is so heavy because it's happening today. It's been happening.
Right.
Brothers is not strong enough. It's like brothers feel like, oh, they can't be a man.
Right.
It's like brothers is like, okay, you can love your wife, but being a man is loving your wife and correcting your wife, man.
Right.
Loving your wife is not saying, you know what, you right, baby, you right. Everything you right. You right. You sound stupid, man. You right, baby. You right. You right. Listen, man. Ain't no woman trying to deal with no passive aggressive man, and ain't no real man dealing with no dragon. You understand? This is how we're gonna deal with each other. Men that's gonna sin for women, you're gonna get your sin. You're gonna have to pay for that sin, man. Is there any more on that? Listen, that was so heavy, man. You understand? You're gonna lose all the wit. You're gonna lose all the wit for dealing with another nation. You understand? You willing to lose everything you got that the Lord said He's gonna give you for another nation. Solomon. You understand? And he had plenty of wives. Plenty of wives. You know, I know he had tribe to tribe with him. I know he had the tribe with him. But he had the heathens with him too. You know? That'll be something that'll block you, man. That'll block you. You know, it said, Paul said it was better to have none. She, man, listen. It'll be rough, but you know what? It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it, man. To think about it, the greatest kings, the greatest people, the people that the Lord has dealt with, fell by women, man. That make you think, man. As a man, it makes you think. And with your heart, you understand? Instead of thinking with your pride, it'll make you think, man. Oh, you think you got the salt like Solomon? Okay, you got Solomon's salt. Okay, man. Everybody want to be Solomon, huh? Everybody want to be Solomon. Everybody want to be somebody that the guy that all the girls like. Everybody want to be that guy, man, huh? Yeah, okay. Listen, man. Don't let a woman take you away from nothing. You understand? Don't let a woman take you away from nothing. Don't let your heart get in the way of this work of the Most High. When I say your heart, of course your mind. Don't let your mind be so caught up looking under your woman's, being up under your woman's skirt while she got you in a headlock. You understand? Let you get away from this work. Understand, greater men fell because of women. We here at the beginning stages, man. Greater men fell because of a woman. Solomon split the kingdom because of a goddamn heathen. A heathen, stranger. When the Lord said, don't deal with those people. You're a goddamn stranger that had us split our nation, man. The stranger had us split our nation. Now our brothers is this way, and some brothers are this way. Southern nation, northern nation. We one nation, but southern kingdom and northern kingdom. And now we don't even know that we related because of the goddamn Hamite. We don't know we related because of the Hamite. That's so heavy. You know what I'm saying? You go out tell black, Native American, Hispanics. The reason why we don't know we brothers and sisters because of the stinking Africans. Right. That's the reason why we don't know we brothers and sisters because of a stinking African. Come on, man. You holding on what you got, Bob?
Come.
Let's get it.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 26.
Yeah.
Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him.
There wasn't no king like Solomon, man. Wasn't nobody like this man. Ain't nobody had a salt like Solomon. Understand what I'm saying? To know all things, to be wisest man, you understand, within the nation, to be a king, to be a handsome man. They said Solomon was black and comely. You understand? Comely meaning, beautiful, man. Solomon had it, man. Solomon had the sauce. That's what we call it now. Solomon had the sauce, man. Solomon was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Making women drop when he walked by. That was Solomon. But what happened? Let's read on, Bob.
Who was beloved of his God.
The Most High loved Solomon, man, because Christ was Solomon. Christ was our king. Christ is the man who died for every black man, Latino, Native American, man. Read on.
And God made him king over all Israel.
King over all Israel. Our king over all Israel fell off because of a goddamn lust for damn heathen women. For a damn African, man. No, that's another reason why I can't stand damn Africans, man. It's like, of course, here in the UPK, we raised up and understanding why I hate what God, I hate what the Bible hates.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So when I say I hate you damn Africans, it's because my God hates you. You understand? I hate you because my Hispanic brother don't know I'm his brother.
Right.
I hate you for many reasons. I hate you because you think that you think here, 2020, that we're related. How are you related? You want to be black when my Hispanic brother don't know we related, but you want to attach yourself to me? Hell no, man. Read on, iPod.
Oh God. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
See? Outlandish. Yeah, meaning he had plenty. He had them. Man, Solomon had the salt. Solomon had the sauce. Solomon had every ingredient to get ready to knock these girls off. But what happened? He failed. Solomon failed, man. Read on.
Verse 27. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God and marrying strange wives?
Man, we ain't transgressing the Most High. Not in here. Not in here. You will not catch no brother in here coming to this school every day and his wife going to church every Sunday.
Right.
That's strange. You understand? You will not catch a brother here in the school every day and his wife going into the Muslim mosque. You will not catch a brother here going to school every day and have his wife going to a Catholic church. You will not catch it, man. That's strange, man.
Right.
We here as men of the Lord, and we follow these laws and we don't transgress. Drop that. Let me get 1 Kings 11:1. Let me get there with you. Oh, my damn African, man. Split our goddamn nation. You want to sit here and try to be, there's reasons why I hate Africans, man. It's a reason why my brothers don't know they related because of the damn Hamite woman. Can't stand those African women, man. Real rap. I go to this therapy, man. Therapy, that Hamite, dealing with me. I ain't even like her touching me, man. And it's been like that for a minute. I just something about them, man. I ain't feeling, man. Spiritually I didn't understand it, but now I get it. The water to the Most High. With using Commander General Yohanna and establishing this since 1969.
That's right.
I wouldn't have understand why I had a hatred for Africans, man.
Right.
My hatred for Africans is righteous. You understand? Right. I hate what the Lord hates. If you hate me because I hate what the Lord hates, then listen, that's you. Deal with it. Read it.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1. Mm-hmm. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
See, King Solomon. This is a precept for that. Precept for that, Nehemiah. King Solomon loves strange women, man. Our king, he was king of Israel, man. The person before Christ, man. Christ was 5 people. Who were the 5 people? Who were the 5 people Christ was? He died.
Adam, Melchizedek, Isaac, Solomon, Jesus Christ.
And then Christ. Christ had it messed up 4 times. 4 times. And every time Christ was here, he was here for a reason. He was here for a reason. We all here for a reason. Everybody get put in here for a reason. You understand? But that right there is something where we got to realize, like, okay, even a wise man will deal with a heathen. You know what I'm saying? A so-called wise man, I ain't going to say that's wise, but a so-called wise man will deal with a heathen. A man of God is going to deal with his people.
Right.
Read.
together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, the daughter of Pharaoh. Who was Pharaoh? Pharaoh was an Egyptian, man. Pharaoh was an African man. It said, don't give your daughters to their sons. Don't give your sons to their daughters. Neither do you do that with yourself. Read on.
Women of the Moabites.
See, right there, Solomon likes soy sauce, man. You know, listen, man, I love fried chicken. I love, curry, then jerk chicken curry. I love me carne asada. I love my stuff. You know what I mean? Read on.
Ammonites.
Ammonites. Who are the Ammonites? Bob?
The Japanese.
The Japanese, man. The Japanese. And they're all, listen, man, right about now, like, okay. If anybody be ever interested in Chinese, Japanese person right now, you are gambling with life. Right about now, you are gambling with your life, man.
Right.
No, this is why the Lord is so glorious. You know what I'm saying? He loves Israel so much because listen, anybody that's going to deal with that, you asking for it. The Lord is putting these plagues on these people for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Israel, stay right here. All right? I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to deal with these people. I'm going to deal with these people so you ain't going to want to deal with them. I'm going to give Moab the coronavirus. So you can stop lusting for these Chinese, the Ammonites and stuff. I'm gonna make them sick. So hopefully you don't want to mess with them. But you gotta understand, man, Israel, like I said, young Jeezy he deals with Chinese woman. If I was Jeezy, man, you know what I'm saying, the snowman, you better get ready to go, man, because your wife is in her culture. You was over there at her house on Christmas. And everybody looking at you like you the stranger. Young Jeezy, he's around a bunch of Chinese people. On Christmas. I ain't know Chinese people celebrate Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But this is what's happening, man. Why deal with these people? Read on.
Edomites.
We know about Esau. Come on, man. The black men been chasing these white dogs for years, man. You understand? Like, what is it in a white woman? What? It ain't nothing in a white woman that's going, come on. We got 12 different styles, man.
Right.
12 different styles. If one don't fit you, go to another. You have 12 different styles, brother. Sister, you got 12 different styles. What you gonna deal with them for? Why? Why? Because you're impatient. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to fight. You know what I mean? When I say fight, I ain't talking about physical. Don't say because Barzal said fight. Don't put your hands on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because we go get dealt with. What I'm saying is fight this spiritual warfare with your brother and sister, man. When you interested in your kindred, man, be ready to fight. Because why? Y'all suffer from the same curses. This Bible, the curses fit y'all. If you're together in a relationship, so understand there's going to be fights. There's going to be argument. But this is why the Lord had this established. Because the Lord knew, understand, how the woman was going to be. The Lord understood how the man was going to be. So that's why he gave us order. What you got to do is follow the order. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? It's really basic. Read on. Read on.
Zidonians.
I don't even know who those people. Good night. Some foreigners. Go ahead.
So they're Canaanites.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, read on.
And Hittites.
All these Africans. Yeah, come on, man. Listen, man. Don't listen. They ain't Israel. They ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All that's just confusion to me. Like that right there, I'm not listening. You tell me what is that sound? I'm a Hittite. What? Whatever. It don't even sound right. You know what I mean? This is just the soft what you say to Israel. Like, oh, yeah. What are you? Israel? Oh, I already bet. Work magic from there. But you gonna tell me you a Zidonian? I'm like, oh no. I'm not even gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? So we got any more on that? Yeah, let's go ahead. Read on.
How come? Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel,
So the Lord said this unto the children of Israel. Go ahead.
ye shall not go into them.
Don't go into them. Do not go into them. Do not. What that mean? Do not go into them. You die. What that mean? Don't go into them.
Don't sleep with them, sir.
Don't sleep with them, man. Don't sleep with them. For what? For what? They're not built like Israel.
Right.
You don't go sleep with somebody when you gotta watch your back, man. You know, white people are strange, man. White people are strange. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even, like when I say strange, like white people don't understand personal space, yo. Like all jokes aside. Like white people get too damn close. Have y'all ever noticed that? Like, white people get too close. It's like, yo, like I'm like back up. You know what I'm saying? White people just they do that type of stuff. Asians are weird too. You understand? It's just like I don't trust Asians. You know what I'm saying? Me and Yadiah was walking around. I asked him before we found about this coronavirus. I'm like, yo, what's up with this mask going on? You know, and the warrior said, he said they dumb. I was like, that was you know, head on the head right there. You know, they dumb. They like it's just like dumb. It's just something I can't deal with, man. You just in the way. You're in the way. You know what I mean? And with these East Indians, I don't understand anybody that would be interested in something that smells like armpit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why they women do that. I don't understand what it is. Like, I don't even see, you know, East Indian families out and about. So I don't, listen, that ain't me. Then we got, who else? Them Africans. And again, we know we ain't African. You know what I mean? Don't put them plates in their lips for what? What does that do? General Mayak said it, you know, on Monday. Like, what is that supposed to attract? Like, a plate in your lip, you know, and he said also with the neck braces and, you know, stuff like that. Like, what in the world is that, man? What is that? You know, that stuff ain't cool. And all these girls that be claiming to be African, right? Why don't you go do that? Go put the plate in your lip. Go see if you can pull that off with a plate in your lip and smile at you. It's not gonna work. Stop trying to be African. If you African, go back to Africa. You understand? Go back to where you think you come from. But the Lord said, don't go into them. Read on.
Neither shall they come in unto you.
Neither shall they come into you. So they should know that I can't deal with those Israelites. Yeah, we can't deal with those Israelites. They don't want us. They ain't going for us. They ain't coming into us. They not going into us. Those Israelites, oh, they don't deal with you. They don't deal with our kind. Y'all not royal. Okay? We're not defiling our temple. You know what I'm saying? We not going to spread our seed into dirt. When I'm saying dirt, I'm talking about unprofitable dirt. You understand? We get sold in good soil. Israel is sown in good soil. A river that flows behind the seed in the dirt, in the soil that we in. Read on.
Oh God. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
See? But turn away your heart. You just said it. In the verse above, man, they're gonna turn away your heart. Meaning what? Again, heart is your mind. We know that. They're gonna turn away what you're supposed to be focused on. Any heathen. I'm not saying any stranger. I'm not saying strangers too. Anybody that don't believe in the God of Israel, okay, or they're not in the truth. They're gonna turn away. They're gonna turn you away. As a man, what you gotta do is, if you interested in somebody else in the world, and they'll probably happen, because who's to say you ain't gonna be? Who's to say you ain't the guy right with the salt? Who's to say you ain't the guy with the salt that'll reach into the fire and pull people out? You understand? As far as these sisters, maybe these sisters need guidance. These sisters out here looking. It's just that they're not taught. There's brothers out here, you know what I mean? They they just got a few kinks in the armor. Maybe they need a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because they're dealing with a crazy woman all damn day, every day. Maybe they need a woman that's, show them, listen, it's okay for you to be a man. Because, you can't be a man in your house. Show you where you can be a man around men. You understand? And then turn into a warrior for the Most High. This is what the Lord can do with people. You know what I'm saying? Be able to deal with your own people is a favor of the Most High, man. To deal with your own people, the Lord loves it. You know what I'm saying? For you to have children, the Lord loves it. The Lord ain't with you having enough kids. The Lord ain't with you not teaching your children how to deal with other people. The Wayne Wade is gonna suffer, man.
Right.
The Wayne Wade is gonna suffer. And I seen something earlier, man, which was like, listen, man, the whole diagram of that is really foul. It's really foul. You have a man who considers his son or allows his son, allows his son to be a so-called gender whom he think he is, and support it. When I say support it, it's not like, he's actually supporting this, making it a thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how we have fundraisers and stuff, for the school, feed the brothers and sisters out here. You know what I mean? They're supporting this. They have some back end. He has some back end to support this. From a child, you're supporting a confused child. You put a back end behind a confused child, your son, and this young brother, right, which has the unclean spirit of him of Sodom. You understand? Thinking he's a woman, thinking he was born a woman. And the worst part of it all is that you have a wife, Dwayne Wade, and your wife don't love you as a black man because she allows your son to be a woman. Dwayne Wade is weak.
Right.
Straight up, man. When you have a wife. Your wife is with you because you're a man, right? So why is it okay for your wife to think that it's okay for a boy to be a woman? You should ask yourself something, Dwayne Wade. Does she really love you? Mm-hmm. That woman don't love you. That woman is in the Oprah club. That woman is Club Oprah. That woman is not gonna have no children. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you Gabrielle Union is not gonna have the Wayne Wade children. And if she will come out the closet. The Wayne Wade will come out the closet if she has his children. And if she don't have his children, which she ain't gonna have, the Wayne Wade is gonna forever lose his wit because of a woman.
Right.
You understand? You're already losing it because, like I said, why is she supporting that? She's doing that. I don't think they don't have children together, do they?
But they got a daughter.
They got a daughter? Oh,
Okay, that's it.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, man. And you know what? I used to like Gabrielle Union. I did. I used to like her. That's why the Lord said, don't be looking at the flattering eyes. Don't worry about a woman's looks, man. You understand? Don't worry about that. For real. There's nothing wrong with women looking good. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, look glorious. But I know how a good woman looks because Commander General Yohanna. You understand? I know how a woman was supposed to look. Go ahead, Udai.
She did have a daughter, sir. However, she had a surrogate because she struggles with miscarriages. She's had multiple ones.
See, that's the Lord, man. That is the Lord, man.
Right.
She's not going to have his children. And the way, like I said, if they do have children, the way is going to come out the cloud. I honestly, like, for a man to support his son being, thinking his son is a woman, it's because there's something wrong with the damn father too.
That's right.
9 times out of 10, in a few years, we're gonna find out that the Wade was in the closet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. You know what? Chris Paul is his teammate, and I knew that for years. When they was running them championships, man. When they was in those championships, when the Heat was winning, I was like, yo, there's something kind of fishy about this dude. You know, Dwayne Wade. Then years now, I come into the truth, and they come to find out that his son is, he's supporting this man. Dwayne Wade, listen, you need to be punished. Slovakia. You need to be punished, man. And I wouldn't even, let the Lord have his way. Let the Lord have his way. For any man, for any woman to think that it is okay for a young child to come up with their own sexual preference. And I'm saying, as far as they don't have that idea, they don't have that authority. A child is to be a child. A child is to learn, you understand, what a father wants and what a mother requires. A child shouldn't be able to tell what age is his brother. His brother has to be no more older than 15. Go ahead. 12. At 12 years old, man, Lisa, I knew who the hell I liked. You understand? 12 years old, man, listen, my mind was made up. My father ain't gonna listen, man. Listen. That goes to show that here in America, this is why America needs to be destroyed, man.
Right.
America needs to be destroyed because we got brothers that's being subjected or pushed to an agenda. Because I don't honestly think that young brother, that brother he don't know what he's talking about. The problem is he's gonna suffer because he's not being taught right. He's not being taught right. So of course he's gonna go ahead and come on, man. This brother 12, his young son is 12. I got a son, man. That ain't cool on no levels, man. For a man to be allowing that. You know what you doing? You know what you doing? You about to do to other brothers' sons when you allow your son to go out like that? That's why we raise our sons up here in the UPK. That's why we raise our sons up to know what it is to be a man of the Lord. You understand? Because that ain't fair on no ends. Listen, if it's okay for y'all to do that with y'all sons, we're gonna raise our sons as the warriors. We're gonna raise our sons to be the same. My son gonna do the same thing I'm doing. Right. You understand? This is what we're gonna do. Here in the UPK under Commander General YAHANNA, listen, I'm the I'm Barzar Officer of 50. You understand? This is the Wednesday night law class. The Wayne Wade, you better get your mind right? Understand, this is the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. You know what I mean? Since 1960, man. 1969, we've been teaching blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans right from wrong according to the Bible. Who they are according to the Bible and what you should do. And with that, I'm going to pass the class off to Precinct Officer Yedaya.
Give Officer Barzar a call, another strong hand. That being said, we're the I.S.U.P.K, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After a 6 month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe is a commandment. You can read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. My Ishra, which means 10th in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund free will often for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, of become holy convocations will be the Feast of Purim. The 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Saturday, March 7th, and Sunday, March 8th, 2020. You can read about that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Remind all occupant to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I admonish you to stand. All right, the part we're done with, we turn face to east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. It's the Lord's Prayer. Abanau.
Abanau.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Hayat.
Hayat.
Shamkat.
Shamkat.
Yahau.
Yahau.
Malakuvka. Baba'ah.
Baba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayat.
Hayat.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratuza.
Ba'aratuza.
Kawo.
Kawo.
Hayat.
Hayat.
Hayat. Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Latananau.
Latananau.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalat now.
Wasalat now.
Kabawak now.
Kabawak.
Kasalat now.
Kasalat now.
Kabawak you now.
Kabawak now.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Baba'ah now.
Baba'ah now.
Wanasaya wo.
Wanasaya wo.
Haushaya now.
Haushaya.
Ayun.
Ayun.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakat.
Lakat.
Amalak.
Amalak.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Watapara.
Watapara.
La'awin.
La'awin. We'll be sending angels. Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debts.
As we forgive our debts.
And lead us not.
Into
temptation.
But
deliver
us
from evil.
For
thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And
the glory.
Forever.
So be it.
Sorry. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. Admach. Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Yashmatah. Sorry, turn to face sisters. Sisters, your feet is going to be at a 45-degree angle with your right hand over your left, with your head covering bowed. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. Admach. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatam Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yashmatah. Class.